Baseball is back, and at Team Toyota, savings and selection are back too. With tons of new Toyota SUVs, trucks, and hybrids to choose from, and with our lineup of over 200 certified used Toyotas, you can find the right fit for you and your budget. Plus, our service and collision centers are here to get you back in the game in no time. Visit one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, or Glen Mills, or online at teamtoyota.net. I don't know, Sean Kane. I don't know what's better, that Phillies Talk intro song or Jhoan Duran's intro song. I mean, it's close.
It is. It gets people going. Both get people excited.
Both get everyone going.
You know, greatness is on the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah. Greatness is on the way.
Right.
Speaking of greatness, welcome into the Phillies Talk podcast presented by Team Toyota. I am McKercher, once again joined by Sean Kane. Last time, Kaner, you and I sat down. We had Bob Cooney, we had John Clark, and we were reviewing the Phillies trade deadline on a live show. Had a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for listening to that, and obviously watching on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Now we sit down here Monday night, August 4th. It's 10:30. The Phillies just beat the crap out of this Orioles team. Kyle Schwarber obviously does Kyle Schwarber things, maybe MVP type things. But we also had such a fun and exciting weekend with the Tigers in town. And I think it was really, capitalized to the point where Jhoan Duran is now a Philly favorite. Like the city is buzzing. And we sat down here, and obviously during that live show, if you missed it, I alluded to the comments multiple times saying, like, Dave didn't do enough, Dave didn't do enough, Dave didn't do enough. Coming in on Friday, that Friday night, was the most Phillies. Like, I saw more people walking on the street, driving to the game, Phillies gear everywhere. And the buzz in the city is here. And it was capped off on Monday with Kyle Schwarber's performance against the Orioles.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, yes, like a lot of the feedback we were getting during that live podcast was not enough. And sometimes that can be like the vocal minority and people feel strongly. And I agree. I wasn't, I said myself, it'd be nice if they would have done a little bit more for the offense. But yeah, man, these last 24 hours, Sunday into Monday, are pretty ringing endorsement for the trade deadline. Bader gets his first hit, a huge 3-run home run on Monday night to break that 3-3 tie, kind of kickstart that huge 8-run sixth inning. And then you mentioned Duran. I mean, he unbelievable. Friday night, Sunday night, I think a total of 16 pitches in those 2 save opportunities, 4 on Friday, 12 on Sunday, retires all 6 batters he faced, and just remarkably throws 102, 103 miles an hour, like stress-free, makes it look easy. And it's consistently. It's not like he's amping up to hit 102. Like he's throwing his splitter 98, 99, throwing his fastball 102, 103. He's already set records for, fastest pitch by a Philly in Citizens Bank Park history. He has certainly been as advertised through his first 2 appearances. And we haven't even talked about, you mentioned off the top of the podcast, but the entrance is like taking over the city.
Dude,
and
it's insane.
The hawk of baseball right now. Shout out to the Phillies, Fanavision, whole, graphics department, the whole baseball operations department at Citizens Bank Park for putting on that show. And the Twins also, for kind of giving them the keys to that entrance music and kind of passing it along. It's been awesome. The trade deadline paying dividends so far through the first handful of games. We're going to get to Schwarber, obviously, but big night for Bader. Duran's been great. So far, so good on the trade acquisition front.
That it is. And it was because it just, I mean, I mentioned it in the comment. It was just so many comments. And then it kind of got my feelings where I'm like, yeah, did they do enough?
Yeah.
And obviously, we're going to have a few games here. We have a month or 2 months, basically, to see how it pans out. But for the first 4 days, it's been fantastic. Friday night was just electric.
Yep.
As soon as he came in, Duran comes in. I mean, it's just I watched the video maybe 1,000 times, and like the song. I hope it's one of those things that the song doesn't get old. Like I was like kind of worried about that. I'm like, I don't want to continue to watch this, and all of a sudden it's like September, and it just doesn't have that same feeling. Yeah. So I kind of stopped. I had to put it to a hold a little bit, and then obviously he comes in on Sunday. What a huge win on Sunday too. Yeah. National TV. Christopher Sanchez proves to the national audience. If you were a casual baseball fan and not really following the Phillies too much, now and you're watching that game on ESPN. Now you know who Christopher Sanchez is, and that's why people were talking about him possibly being a Cy Young candidate. God, he was great.
Yep.
And then Duran comes in and he just does what he does. The 103, like you said, breaks the record for fastest pitch at Citizens Bank Park and that park's history. And you know what's funny? I just want to talk about Friday too. Friday, the energy was already in the ballpark. Obviously, the Tigers come in, but then you have the Jimmy Rollins, Ed Wade inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame. And I think it's one of those things where Jimmy's speech was fantastic. Didn't prepare it. Showed Larry Bowa, nothing's prepared. But he challenged his team. He went out and said, hey, like, we were tired of hearing about 80. That's why we want to get that monkey off our back in 08. Then he looked right at this Phillies team and says, this city, this fan base, they want you to win a World Series championship. And ever since then, this team kind of like took that with everything that they could, and they're moving forward with it.
Right.
Especially with a huge weekend. Obviously, then Saturday too, we have Scuba Wheeler.
Yeah.
Zach, and it's so funny. I mean, that was kind of the main talking point on Phillies postgame show, like the Phillies postgame live show of, hey, does Zach not have it? What's going on with him? Obviously, his last 4 starts, he's been struggling. Everyone pump the brakes on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to pump the brakes on Zach Wheeler. Yes, it's a little concerning. Rob Thompson he said he's not concerned about it. He knows he's going to get out of it. I know he's going to get out of it. If you're listening to this podcast, you know he's going to get out of it. But it was just a command that kind of wasn't lacking that was lacking for Zach then on Saturday.
Yeah, and the home runs are concerning. Like, he gave up 3 home runs on Saturday. I think in his going back to that start in San Diego right before the All-Star break, I want to say he gave up 2 home runs to Jackson Merrill in that game. And then moving forward, gave up a couple home runs here. I think he's given up like 7 or 8 home runs in his last 4 starts, which is, almost 2 per game. But you still look at his outing, against the Tigers. I think he had 10 strikeouts and no walks, which is
still
ridiculous.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So he's making a couple mistakes and teams are making him pay for it. But yeah, it's, the numbers are the numbers. He's got a 4 ERA, a little over a 4 ERA in those last 4 starts. But yeah, I have confidence that he will bounce back. It's kind of that point of the season where, I don't want to say dead arm. He doesn't have a dead arm, but his velocity is down a little bit. So it's just the ebbs and flows of a season. He's hitting a little lull here. Give it a couple more weeks. If it's a few more starts and he's still giving up 3 home runs and he's still giving up 4 or 5 earned runs in each start, then maybe, okay, there might be something to this. But over the course of 33, 34 starts, you're going to have a couple rough ones, at least by his standards, rough ones. Again, he's striking out 10 and walking none, just giving up some home runs. So not concerned overly at the moment. I mean, you mentioned Sanchez, like, just unbelievable how efficient he was on Sunday night. He easily could have finished that game. And I think if it were a week ago and they had the old bullpen, I think he would have finished that game. I think Thompson kind of understood what was going on. Duran was up. He was getting loose. So he wanted to bring that in and close it in front of the national audience there. But Sanchez is unbelievable, man. He just keeps going out there. He keeps dealing. I'm telling you, he's going to get right into this Cy Young race. Like, Skeens had a bit of a clunker against Colorado. He's still the favorite. Wheeler we just talked about, but Sanchez is right up there, man. He's been unbelievable. How good he was against that Tigers lineup. 84 pitches in 8 innings kind of sums it up. Just outstanding. Nice to them to get that win. The offense wasn't great on Sunday night. Schwarber had a big home run late to give him a little insurance, but yeah, Sanchez continues to be just be fantastic, and he's been since really the start of the 2024 season, in my opinion, a top 5 pitcher in all of baseball.
Yep. And we mentioned on that last podcast, how can you imagine if they didn't get that contract extension to him?
Yeah.
Everyone it wasn't really a head scratcher, but people were kind of surprised, I think, that Christopher Sanchez got a long-term extension.
Right.
When, he proved it, but not to the point that he's proving it now.
Yeah.
And obviously going back, it's like, holy cow, thank God they did that.
Right.
Because if we're worried about Christopher Sanchez right now, possibly leaving free agency, I think either A, an extension already would have happened, or B, they would have done it in the offseason. But a well-deserved, obviously, contract extension for Christopher Sanchez. I mean, yeah, it's the trivia question tonight on Monday's broadcast. They were talking about when's the last time a Philly led the National League in hits and home runs?
Well, one Philly was the leader in hits, and the other Philly, because like Turner's second to Machado now. He's in a bit of a slump, Turner.
Yes.
But second now to Machado in hits in the National League, and Schwarber now is leading the National League in home runs. So when is the last time they had 2 guys lead the league in those respective categories, which I initially thought Jimmy and Ryan in 07.
Yep.
Jimmy did not lead, despite having 212 hits, did not lead the National League in hits, which is crazy.
Insane. Matt Holliday.
Which
we were trying to figure it out. Matt Holliday is crazy. That's kind of a crazy pool, but
yeah. So the answer was 81.
Insane.
Yeah.
Pete and Mike.
Pete and Mike, 2 all-timers.
Crazy.
But yeah, that was that strike affected season where they kind of broke the season in 2 halves. Schmidt was the MVP that year and led the league in home runs, and Pete Rose, of course, led the league in hits.
Yep.
But anyhow, yeah. So,
but the point I'm getting to too is like, it's crazy. 2021, we had Bryce Harper obviously win the MVP.
Yep. Zach
Wheeler probably should have won this Cy Young.
Yes.
And now we might have a Cy Young winner and Christopher Sanchez, and we might have an MVP in Kyle Schwarber,
which would be crazy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That'd be insane. And especially those two to do it. Like, obviously Bryce and Wheeler are the 2 guys. That's maybe the 2 favorites on this team to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Christopher Sanchez and Kyle Schwarber. After Monday, Schwarber is number 1 in RBIs, number 1 in home runs. He's 2 home runs away from Cal Raleigh for the Major League lead.
Yep.
He's 2nd in home runs, and he's 3rd in OPS in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. It's tough. Obviously, for a designated hitter, it's an uphill battle to win the MVP. Ohtani did it last year because he had a insane year, 50-50 year. And obviously, Ohtani is the front runner again this year, having another insane year, pitching a little bit now, not a lot, but pitching. So obviously, that's only going to help his cause. So still got to think Ohtani. It's, he's in the driver's seat, but there's 2 months left. And if Schwarber keeps going at this pace, man, like if he's knocking on the door for 60 home runs, his team wins a division and he leads all of baseball in home run. I think he's on pace now for like 58 homers and almost 140 RBIs. Like, he's got an MVP case. Yeah. He's obviously that important to this team. He's been for them to be where they are with Harper missing a good chunk of the season. Turner's kind of hit a little rut here now, and the rest of the offense is so up and down. He's really been that one constant for them offensively. So he certainly has a case. It's tough for a DH. But it's certainly not out of the question with a couple of months left.
It's just insane. I mean, the fan base clearly thinks it.
Yeah.
Before the Grand Slam and the MVP chance. And shout out, I mean, Monday night, man. It's 44,000 there on a Monday night. It's ridiculous. And the crowd pop, it almost seemed October-esque. We were there for that Grand Slam. We were in the press box from the Grand Slam against the Angels. That's right. You were covering that. Yeah. And I said that was the loudest I've heard that stadium in a non-October setting. Wasn't there tonight on Monday, but I think that probably would have ranked up there too.
Yeah.
And you could just kind of feel it happening. And like Ricky said it too. Like, it was one of those that as soon as they changed pitchers, I was like, all
right.
This could be a 4-bagger for his 40th home run of the season. He has 50 more games now to catch Ryan Howard.
He's 18 more to tie Howard.
18 away from tying Ryan Howard for the franchise record. It's just...
And 10 away from becoming just the second guy in franchise history, 140 some odd years to have 50 in a season. Howard's the only one to do that, and he only did it once in 06 when he hit 58. So he's climbing the ladder pretty quickly.
Right.
But yeah, your point about like you can just sense it. Like, just we were at that game against the Angels, the bases are loaded. You just kind of felt it. Here it comes.
Yep.
Everybody at the ballpark, here it comes. They're on. Everybody's standing up, and then boom, he just rises to the occasion time after time. It's pretty remarkable. 9 career Grand Slams now. And you can just you can sense it coming. It's must-see TV. Be there for his at-bats.
It is. Yeah. Ricky mentioned that on postgame. When we were talking about it in the office, it's turning into, hey, if you're not watching Kyle Schwarber at bat, you need to need to tune into the TV right now.
Yeah.
Because what you're going to see is probably something special. And the first home run too, my God.
I thought that might have been third deck initially when he hit it.
Same.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I saw MLB actually, like on their thumbnail on MLB.com, it says third deck home run.
Yeah.
T-Mac, obviously, he clarified it on Twitter. He thought it went into third deck. It hit off the top and kind of skimmed down in the second deck, but still, my goodness. Dude.
No, it was.
And can you imagine that feeling?
Just hitting the ball like that. Yeah. You just sit there, you watch it for a second, and he just kind of trots around the bases. He's pretty understated. He's even understated, like in his comments after the game.
Yes.
Like he's always just kind of, hey, I got a good piece of that one. Got a good piece of it. But he's great, man. Listening to him talk too, like you understand why everybody thinks so highly of him, teammates and coaches and everybody else. Just a great player, great guy in your squad. They're going to have to pay up to get him back. We've talked about this quite a bit, but it's not going to be cheap, obviously, but they have to bring him back. Like you can't lose this guy. He's kind of the heart and soul of their squad right now.
Especially after a season that he's having right now.
Yeah.
Especially after that.
And oh, by the way, Harper hit another home run, and he's got 20 extra base hits in his last 20 games. And he's been on fire for the last 3 weeks, and he homered on Saturday, he homered again tonight to start the scoring. So nice to see him. He's obviously giving Schwarber that protection in the lineup. So yeah, it's great to see those two guys rolling right now. Schwarber's obviously been the headliner, but Harper is kind of quietly, which is crazy for Bryce Harper, quietly kind of
It's
putting up
just
some numbers. His OPS is creeping close to 900.
correct.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a very sneaky season for Bryce. It's his 353rd career home run.
Mhm.
He actually passed Aaron Judge for the active MLB home run leaders. Judge is 352, Bryce is 353. And it's funny, I saw our good buddy Jack Fritz. I saw a tweet today that was like 500 watch is back on.
For Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely on for Schwarber. Yeah,
100%.
I know Schwarber's still behind Harper in that, but the rate he's going, like
insane.
Yeah, I think Harper's got a shot at 500.
Yes,
yeah,
147 away.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely doable.
Yeah. How cool would that be if they can re-sign Schwarber and you got like two guys
battling for 500,
playing with each other for the next 5 years, both getting 500 home runs, hopefully in the next, however long. But that'd be cool.
I'd rather a World Series.
Yeah,
But it would be cool if you get that World Series.
Yep.
Then you have that to back up. Just some quick housekeeping things too. The Phillies signed Lou Trevino today as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pitched for the Dodgers and I believe the Padres this season. I could be wrong about the Padres, but I know he pitched for the Dodgers.
Yep.
Just another bullpen piece to kind of solidify everything going on. They released a bunch of guys too. Nabil Krismat got released
right
from AAA.
From spring training.
Dude, I talked about that in the spring training pod. Like that was the nicest guy I've ever met. That's a completely off-topic story, but that was the nicest guy I've ever met in spring training. Like came up to me and shook his hand, introduced himself. I introduced myself to him. Asked Matt like how my family's doing, like all that weird stuff. But
paying you the proper amount of respect.
I appreciate that, man. You don't get that too often. So when that happens, it was always like, I'm gonna remember Nabil Krismat for the rest of my life. All right, Kaner, switching gears real quick. You know why? Football season is quickly approaching. We're about 8 weeks away from the Eagles hosting the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. They'll be raising that beautiful Super Bowl banner. I'm pretty fired up. You have to be too.
Super fired up. Birds coming off of the Super Bowl win. NFL season not far away, like you said. I'm excited. I'm ready to see the Eagles defend that Super Bowl trophy. Should be a fun year.
Oh, it's going to be a fun year. And you know what else is always fun? Our friends at Philly Sports Trips. Join NBC Sports Philadelphia and Philly Sports Trips for the ultimate fan experience. Lock in your spot today and be a part of the Birds takeover in Kansas City. It's the weekend of September 13th through the 16th. Rematch of the Super Bowl. Game is going to be electric. We already know that. We can't wait for those Birds, and we can't wait for that game. Book now. All right, Kaner, mark your calendars. We're heading down to the shore for a Phillies watch party. Join us in our favorite spot, Sea Isle City, on August 12th to watch the Phillies face the Reds with raffles, special guests, and more. This one should be fun, huh?
Oh, man. Down the shore, Phillies baseball, things heating up. And you can't go wrong in Sea Isle, Spence, at least from my experience. I don't know if you could say the same. But,
I can definitely say the same.
Always a fun time down there. So, absolutely, I'm in, man. Count me in.
Yeah, mark your calendars. That'll be coming up here on August 12th. But yeah, so Lou Trevino comes in. Obviously, looking up some stats here. He 37 games. Oh, the Dodgers and the Giants. Excuse me. 37 games. Has a 4.2 or 4.42 ERA. Allowed 40 hits and 38 and 2/3 innings. Again, it's just another bullpen piece that they can rely on. Hopefully down the road.
Alvarado will be back in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Obviously, just for a month and a half, but that'll help them certainly in the stretch drive to win the NL East. Yeah, he's going to go out and do a little rehab assignment. And then I think, August 19th?
Yep.
Sounds like Bohm's doing well.
Bohm's hanging in there. And our guy,
Nola. I'm telling you, it's going to be a key to this stretch run as well. Came out of his first rehab start feeling good, it sounded like.
Yes.
And then he's got a couple more to make. And then hopefully he's back in sometime in August.
Yeah. And it's just, it's so funny. And I feel like we've talked about it a lot too. When Aaron Nola comes back, it's almost like he's been forgotten about because there's been so many other storylines. And obviously this weekend, the Duran storyline has really taken over. But by the way, Aaron Nola is pitching in AAA right now, trying to get rehab back. And as soon as he comes back, I mean, the guy that's pitching on Tuesday will probably head to the bullpen. And that's another bullpen spot that can be selected for the Phils and Taijuan Walker. But it's great. Hopefully Aaron Nola comes back and he's feeling healthy along with Alec Bohm. And then this team can continue kind of dominance in pitching.
Bohm does help lengthen that lineup.
For sure.
Like right now, they're kind of like mixing and matching JT and Nick in the 4-hole, and they can keep doing that, but Bohm's an option in the 4-hole too. And if you have like some combination of Nick, Bohm, and JT in like that 4 to 6 range, then it's like, okay, like that's all right. I mean, obviously you don't have like that monster cleanup hitter behind Harper, but you got like 3 guys, especially when JT's been hitting, that, have been putting up decent numbers as of late. Bohm's a guy that what his number is going to be. Nick can hit the ball to the ballpark every once in a while. And then, depending on the matchup, that 7, 8, 9 range consists of some combination of Bader or Marsh or Sosa or Stott. Go from there. The left field Kemper or Kepler, who knows how long he'll be here. But anyhow, the lineup looks a lot better, is my point. Long-winded way to say boom in that lineup. I think is a big deal, and it sounds like he's going to be back hopefully within the next week or so.
Let's hope so, because that just lengthens, like you said, lengthens this lineup.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it, obviously they don't do big things at the trade deadline, but like we both mentioned, it's time for these guys to step up.
Yep.
Like Alec Bohm, like JT Realmuto, like Nick Castellanos. I don't want to kind of go away from Harrison Bader here. I mean, it's so funny watching. I haven't got a chance to meet him yet, but he just seems like that kind of like happy-go-lucky,
like your kind of guy,
kind of like bro guy. Yeah, like he's just like I feel like him and I would get along.
No doubt.
Maybe we'll have to bring him to the studio sometime, show him around a little bit
for sure.
But obviously, for him to get, he even said what did he say after the game? He said, "This is my one sole reason, really, is to help this team win. That's why I was brought here."
Yeah.
And he clarified, "This is the main reason that I'm here, to help this team win." And he was asked, if there was pressure kind of coming over here, and he said, "Not really." He said it kind of relaxes his mind knowing that his role here is to help this team win.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny. Obviously, he comes up on Friday, his first game here, pinch hits, he walks, but our cameras caught him. The Tigers had a mound visit, and he just, like, the crowd stands up. He gets a standing ovation, and there's just a big old grin on Harrison Bader's face. And I think he realizes how special this place is, how special the fan base is, and for him to come through on Monday night here with a 3-run go-ahead home run in the 6th inning, which kind of obviously set off that inning. JT really hustling out the ground ball.
Started all those 2
started
outs.
The entire
whole
thing.
8-run inning with 2 outs.
Yes, but then Bader comes through. Obviously, I don't know if there's a monkey on that guy's back, but if there was, it's off now, and he's feeling great about it.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see that scene on Friday night. Comes up pinch hitting. The fans give him a nice standing ovation. Walked, as you said, came around to score a run. I think it was a tying run at one point. And then Saturday, his first start, he gets thrown to the wolves. Like, here you go get Scooble.
Correct.
So that's a tough spot, obviously. And then, Sunday doesn't play. And then he's back in the lineup Monday. And that was a huge at bat. And he's been doing that, man. Like, he's not necessarily known as a pop guy, but he's got 13 homers on the season now.
Correct.
That was a huge home run, broke the 3-3 tie, put him up 6-3. And he says all the right things. He did the interview with Tom and John after the game. He spoke in the clubhouse after the game, said a lot of the same things you mentioned. I'm here to help this team win. And he just talked about, like, I'm on a team full of superstars, and I'm used to that, because when I was with the Mets, there were superstars. The Yankees, there were superstars, and he's in this room. He knows he's kind of playing his role. And he just seems like he brings a lot of juice. Like, he's a really good, we talked about it on the trade deadline podcast, a really, really good defensive outfielder, having a great offensive season. He's hitting righties and lefties. I get the sense that we'll see how this goes here, but I think he's going to start playing every day, because he can hit righties. And if he plays every day and the Marsh keeps hitting, I think Marsh is going to play a lot. We'll see how much they play him against lefties, but I can see it kind of trending towards Bader's somewhat, I don't want to say, gets the bulk of the time in center field, with maybe Marsh making a start here or there. Not a platoon anymore. Bader gets the bulk of the center field. Marsh probably maybe gets the bulk in left field. You figure out a platoon partner for him if it's Otto Kemp. When Bohm comes back in third,
correct.
See you later, Max Kepler. And you figure out what you want to do with Crawford. They want to play him, so maybe they don't bring him up. Who knows? But I think Bader's going to start. But he's not going to be a platoon guy, is my point.
Right.
Much longer here, especially if he keeps hitting like he did on Monday night.
And we mentioned there's so many times where we're like, hey, even Bob was like, you sit here and talk about this team that has World Series aspirations, and we're talking about on August 1st how this is going to be a platoon in the outfield.
Right.
I agreed with it, and I kind of sat back and thought about it, but then it's right. It's like, I don't know. I think it's simple. Marsh is in left, Bader's in center every day. I think that is what this team is going to end up doing.
Right.
And then I mean, Max Kepler.
Yeah, if that's the case, then you don't need another lefty and left.
Yeah.
So but I do think, I don't know that they're going to go with Marsh every day, because they just haven't trusted him against lefties a whole lot. Maybe they give him some more opportunities.
Sure.
But I do think they want to play Kemp a little bit too. So that would be great. Bohm comes back, plays third base. Kemp gets some starts against lefties in left field. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And Marsh, plays the bulk of the time, but
for sure. And
not a bad option.
I mean, I saw this tweet today about Kepler. Since June 1st, 134 at-bats. He had an at-bat tonight, so this doesn't count. 134 at-bats. 23 hits. He's slashing 172, 271, and 299.
Yeah, no slug
He's
at all.
29 Ks.
Yeah.
It's just, it stinks. Yeah. And I feel for Max. Obviously, the Phillies go out and sign him this offseason. just didn't work out. And I don't know, maybe it is like a whole new scenery thing. We've seen guys come here like a Whit Merrifield, like random guys like that. Even Austin Hayes, of course, he goes to Cincinnati. He's having a hell of a season this season with the Reds. But yeah, Max comes over and it's just not it. And they got rid of Whit a lot faster than I thought they were going to.
Yeah.
I thought Whit maybe needed some more chances. My honest opinion, that didn't work out. Now it's with Max. It's like, dude, I don't know. We gave you a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
If you're the Phillies, you gave this man a lot of opportunities. He's just not coming through. And you have Justin Crawford waiting the wings. You have Harrison Bader now, hopefully being the Harrison Bader that we know who he can be. Yeah, and he's just kind of the odd man out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could go DFA him, bring up Crawford.
Yeah.
And then have like a platoon in left with Kemp, Crawford.
Yeah, then if you're playing Bader a lot in center than Morrison, you have like 2 lefties. And
it's tough, man. It's
tough.
Tough.
I get you want to play Crawford every day, but maybe they just let him get a few more weeks of at bats in the minors, and then versus just bring him up and you don't play him every day. You give him a few spot starts. You use him as a pinch runner. Obviously, you can use him as a pinch hitter. Maybe they go that route, but I'd be surprised that if Kepler's still on the team in a couple of weeks. I think he's gotten more than enough opportunity. To your point, he's just not getting the job done. Other guys are in that outfield. Marsh is really starting to come on offensively.
That is.
Obviously, Bader's going to get his share, so Kemp can give you a little bit of a right-handed bat out there. So we'll see how it plays out. But I don't think Kepler's long for the roster if things keep trending in this direction.
Just thanks, man. I guess I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's tough, but we'll see what the Phillies do. I think if you're Harrison Bader, you're like, all right, I can take this center field job every day if I continue to perform the way that we know we can perform.
Right.
So it's interesting to see what the Phillies can do. Obviously, Andrew Painter still in the wings too. It's August. We kept saying mid-August, maybe late August. It's still here. And the Andrew Painter experience probably could be happening soon. Is there anything else you want to hit on, dude? I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to not hit on Jhoan Duran, dude.
Yeah, no, we talked about him earlier.
Yeah, it's
crazy,
special, man.
Yeah,
and I feel like Ricky said it. T-Mac said it. Crux laugh in the first entrance on Friday kind of summarized how I felt too.
Yeah.
They haven't had anything like that ever. And Matt Gelb's article just on how the Twins sent everything over to the Phillies and how it all worked out.
Yeah.
It's the coolest entrance I've ever seen.
Yeah, it really is. The entrance is cool. The stuff is electric. It's awesome. Like you watch that guy pitch and you're like, how does anybody ever get a hit off this dude?
That and you know what I noticed today too? They had the whole 9th inning. I threw it up on Twitter, or I saw it on Twitter, and like the delivery is just so simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple. It's not a lot. It's just really easy. Ball to mitt. We're releasing, and all of a sudden, here comes 133.
Yeah.
90-mile-per-hour split. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. And I just think like going to this atmosphere, and again, no offense to Minnesota. They've had a nice team. They've been in the postseason a few years recently. He's obviously pitched in the postseason, but I think coming here, that gives him even more of a jolt. Obviously, October here will give him a huge jolt and just shortening the game. Like when you got Wheeler and Sanchez going, whoever that third starter is, or obviously if you get the NLCS World Series, you're going to need 4 starters. Nola, Suarez, you would think. You get those guys to give you 6-7 innings. You get some combination of Kerkering or Strom or whoever you trust in that middle to late, and then you just have him in the 9th inning, lock it down. You just shorten the game, make it like the good old days in 2008, man, when they had Lidge, Madsen in the 8th, and Romero in the 7th. It was like a 6-inning game, and you got it to those guys, and that's kind of what they want to do. But yeah, man, just to have him in the 9th inning, locking it down, I just can't imagine him. Obviously, he'll have a game where he gives up a run at some point, but you just don't understand. I just can't imagine guys are putting together at bats against this guy, stringing together hits against this guy to score runs, which it just seems pretty far-fetched when you see his delivery, to your point, and his stuff, and just how electric the atmosphere is when he takes them out. It's awesome.
And I guess it's just the way that he is too. He just seems like such a great dude, and him just embracing this crowd with the entrance and everything else.
Yeah.
Come October, that's going to be insane. And like, my thought too was like, do you think, like, if you were like Bryce Harper or even Kyle Schwarber, and like you see that entrance coming out, what do you think they're?
Yeah, no, it's got to fire everybody up.
Like I'd be ready to go.
Schwarber's like, in the dugout, obviously. I was on the top step watching. Like, I'm sure it fires up everybody playing behind that dude. Harper made a great play behind him on Sunday night when Sosa threw the throw high, and I was like, oh boy, this could get dicey. And
it's a gold glove.
Bryce get the gold.
It's a gold glove type
Ricky
play.
makes that point a lot. Ricky loves talking about Bryce's defense, but yeah, no, it's great play. It's got to fire up everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked about Rob Thompson. Like he wants him out there. Like Sanchez could have finished that game, but he wanted to put Duran in the game.
Correct.
It's a big boost to everybody, and it shows that the front office believes like these guys can go win a World Series. We get you this guy, and we give up some prospects, but we want to win now. And this closer that they have now, this everyday closer, is certainly just a guy that the ninth inning's different. Like even I get it, like you want guys to face different pockets in the new thinking, but the ninth inning's different. It's hard to get those last 3 outs, but when you got a guy like Duran, you let him finish it, in my opinion.
And you mentioned those 3 outs after his interview on Friday, after his first appearance here. He was like, "Yeah, I just go in there and I know I got 3 outs to get, and that's it. I got my 3 outs. Yeah,
3 outs, 4 pitches, and go about your day.
We move. As we wrap up here, I didn't want to not hit on Jesus Luzardo too, real quick. 6 innings, 5 hits, 7 Ks, no walks. Huge. Huge. He retired the last 12 batters?
The last 11 he faced. And he gave up 3 runs in the first 3 innings, give up a couple home runs. You're thinking, oh boy, this could be one of those starts where he gives up 5 or 6 earned runs in 5 innings, and the Phillies could lose this game. But yeah, he really settled down nicely. We were talking during the game. He's kind of approaching. Now, I think this season is the second most innings he's ever thrown in a season. I think his career high is about 178. He's around 125 now, so he's getting there. So I wonder if that's something they'll manage here, whether it's going to a 6-man rotation. Painter wants to come up, give these guys a break in late August. If you want to kind of manage Luzardo a little bit. We've talked a lot about Luzardo. I think going to the bullpen in the postseason, just with his stuff coming out as a lefty, throwing 98 with a sweeper, I think he could be a really good option as a left-hander out of the bullpen. A guy that could, we just talked about it, pitch that 7th or 8th inning. If there's some lefties coming up. David Robertson be another guy from the right side. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I think Luzardo was excellent. After that rocky start, he really settled down nicely, kept the Phillies in the game, got a win, 6 innings, 3 runs. And yeah, I think he's going to be real important down the stretch in whatever role they choose to deploy him here in the last couple months of the season and into the postseason.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it when we were talking about it. Just talking about this bullpen, it was like, oh yeah, wait a second. Jesus
Luzardo could be there, Ranger could be there. Some combination of Ranger, Luzardo, and Nola are going to be, in the bullpen. So.
It'd be electric. And you mentioned David Robertson too. Not going to be up as soon as kind of what was expected.
Yeah.
He let up a few runs the other night in Lehigh Valley. So we'll see when David Robertson makes his 2025 debut. Could be soon, might be a few weeks, but we'll see. Another roster move that they'll have to make. But before we wrap up too, just wanted to hit on something real quick. Friday, you and I played golf.
Yes.
And I wanted to give a shout out to your boy.
To my son.
Yes.
Who played with us. Yes.
Played with us.
Myself.
We had so much fun.
He did. Myself, you, and Ricky, and Sean, my son Sean, who's 10. Who's starting to play more. He hits his good shots. He hits his bad shots. But he had a blast playing with you guys. Like, he loves both you and Rick. And playing 18 with you guys was pretty exciting for him. And he played well in the back 9, man.
Well, I was going to say, he had something exciting.
Yeah. Had a birdie.
Had a birdie
on a par 3. Yeah. Hit his hybrid. I think he was playing from his tees for about $150 or so.
Fine.
Uphill. It looked like he was tracking at the pin. And we were both like, oh, that would have been awesome. But then if he gets a hole one before we do,
come on, man.
That's exciting. But wow, that hurts.
I would have walked off the golf course. I would have been so happy.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a kick in. He still had like a 5 to 6 foot putt.
Yeah.
But kids, they don't get nervous. They just go up there and whack it. And he hit it right in, picked the ball up, took his 2, and on to the next one. But yeah, he had a blast, man. That was fun.
It was so much fun, man. And it literally, we were talking about it after the round too. We're like, you need to read? Nope. Bang. Then stepped up and hit it. And it was one of the cooler moments I've had on a golf course. So
yeah, that was fun.
It was really cool, man. So shout out to Shawnee and
man.
You guys.
Shout out to you guys for playing. That was for hanging with him, and he loved it, man. That was a blast.
It was a good time, man. Yeah. And yeah, we've been getting to the golf course here a little bit more and more. So could be some golf Phillies Talk content.
No doubt. That's what the people are really wanting to hear about our golf games.
Two guys that probably probably shoot a 90 and 100. Just watching that, see what happens.
Exactly.
Oh man, what a fun few days for the Phillies and for us. Obviously a series win over the Tigers. Then they kick off the series with their I-95 buddies down south. They come up here and they just got beaten down tonight on Monday night as the Phillies win 13-3 over the Baltimore Orioles. 2 games remaining in this series. Then we have an off day on Thursday, and then they head to Texas.
Rangers have been playing well.
Rangers have been playing well.
Yeah,
they have been. So it could be fun. Love that stadium down there.
Yeah, you were there
Fantastic.
A few years ago. I remember that. I've never been down there.
That's one of the cooler stadiums I've been to. It's it's weird. It's the retractable roof and
huge,
stuff.
right?
But it just feels like a
Yeah.
Coliseum, dude. It's massive, and I'll never forget walking on the field there and the lights that hit. It felt like you're at the Super Bowl. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Really cool ballpark down at Globe Life Field in Arlington. So
And then after that series, they go to Cincinnati, which is someone's hometown.
bingo,
Designated hitter.
that's right.
So, and that place is a launching pad.
Correct.
So you can see him going there
Correct.
in 3 games and maybe hitting 3 home runs in that series. So who knows? Maybe they come back from this road trip and he's knocking on the door for 50.
Yep.
Or at least, high 40s.
I mean,
but yeah,
there's
that's
a
his hometown.
chance.
So don't, he's going to go back there. I'm sure he'll have a big family and friends contingent watching him play. We're talking about Kyle Schwarber, if I haven't said his name yet.
Yes.
He is from suburban Cincinnati, so that'll be cool to see him go back home. They go Texas, Cincinnati, Washington. It's a 3-city road trip after this series against the Orioles, so that'll be interesting. But
kind of a wonky road trip too.
it is weird.
Yeah.
Texas, Cincinnati, Washington. But anyhow, but yeah, no, keep winning series, man. They've done a good job of that. It's not always pretty. They'll lose a game that you think they shouldn't lose, but now they just got to win this series. It'd be great if they can sweep the Orioles, but a series win would be nice. Then hit the road.
It's been the memo all season long. Keep winning series.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to continue to do.
Yep.
So, it's going to be fun. We'll see what they do. Hopefully finish up this Orioles series pretty strong. 12:35 start on Wednesday. Kind of a weird 12:30 start.
Yeah.
On Wednesday afternoon. But
Guys
then,
at the ballpark. We're at the ballpark for pregame tomorrow.
Don't forget it.
Michael and Ricky.
If you're listening to this in the morning and you're going to the ballpark, section 109 tomorrow, come see your boys.
Yep.
We will be there. So, should be a fun one. Sorry, I keep saying, I know you got to go too. We have to talk about real quick because Mike, our producer, Michael Barkan.
Yes.
We were talking about Schwarber and it just popped into my mind real fast. Where do you think he wanted us to discuss real quick where Kyle Schwarber, when it's all said and done, if they don't re-sign him, is he gonna be remembered like a Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins-esque, Chase Utley-esque?
Yeah.
Or is he gonna be what do you
Michael brought it up the point right before we walked in here, like is he gonna be like a Tomey, which he's here and he had a huge impact on the franchise, but he was here, Jim Tomey was here for the better part of 2 or 3 years. Then he obviously was shipped out when Ryan Howard was ready to play first base. Or will he be like a Howard, Utley, that type of guy?
Talking about Wall of Fame.
Franchise. And I think I just can't see him not resigning here. And if they do resign him to a 4-year deal, 5-year deal, and he ends up playing in Philadelphia for 8 or 9 years, which will be the bulk of his career, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And I think he will be one of the best shortlist, number retired Hall of Famer Phillies history wise. And obviously the Rollins, Utley, Howard, those guys don't have their numbers retired. That's a whole nother conversation because Phillies policy is Hall of Famers. But Schwarber's going to play another 4 or 5 years for the Phillies. We talked about 500 home runs. You're a lock for the Hall of Fame. He's had his postseason moments. He's a Hall of Famer, unless he, if for whatever reason he gets hurt or whatever. But he's a designated hitter. He should be fine. Hall of Famer, franchise. He comes back here. He's going to be on the short list of the greatest Phillies ever, as he should be. So I'll answer that question by saying he will be more of the Utley, Howard, Rollins ilk when his career ends, and I think maybe even a step higher than those guys, especially if he wins a World Series.
The World Series is the big one. I was going to say that. I completely agree with everything you said. And then, the World Series will solidify that as Kyle Schwarber is one of the greatest Phillies of all time. Yeah. It would be remarkable. You got to re-sign him. And like you said, he gets a 500 home runs. It's a surefire into the Hall of Fame. Yep. And he's going to have a Phillies hat on.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's so popular, even off just what he does off the field. And
Rob Thompson mentioned that tonight.
Yeah, in the clubhouse.
Charity work, the clubhouse, everything.
Yeah, he's going to be beloved, a Phillies legend, and he's probably getting close to that status now.
That he is.
Got it. Yeah, the World Series is a big one. You got those eras, the 80s. Obviously, the 93 guys didn't win, but those guys are still beloved.
Correct.
But the 08 guys are, and because they won a World Series. So there's only been 2 of them. Since 1883, this franchise has been around. It's been a while.
Make it 3.
Make it.
This is the year, baby.
This group's got to get one for sure.
Jhoan Duran. Lead me home, baby. Take me home, country
Tugger
roads.
in 80, Lidge in 08,
Jhoan Duran
in 25.
And it is
final pitches of the World Series.
And it is Jhoan
Duran.
Sure. Just think of it as like it rhymes.
Right.
That's what I keep saying in my head.
Yeah.
It rhymes. It's not Duran, ESPN, GD. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say GD.
Nah,
I said GD. It's fine.
Yeah,
it is late. You got to go home. I got to finish work. So let's end this thing. Take it home. Land it nice and easy. That's Sean Kane. I'm Spencer McKercher. We'll talk to you guys next week.